life in prison with 65 years for nonviolent, robberies. But you did the crime and you did time for it. It just seems excessive to me, and I think it is excessive. But let's go back. You get raised by obviously these beautiful parents. You're an unbelievable athlete, right? What was it? One decision that altered the direction of your life? Is it one time you just decided to use drugs once and you just bam, you were hooked? Or what took place? What took you down the road that led you 13 years ago to this day to sitting in that room?
Yeah, whenever I was younger, I got into substance abuse at a young age. My gateway drug was alcohol. It's the first thing I ever did. I got into my dad's beer when I was 10. And after that, I smoked pot when I was 12, and I had a lot of character issues, man. But I could throw a football. And this is Texas, man. Texas high school football. It's like a religion in my home state. These people are very serious about their football. And I was the man. I was a 3-year starting quarterback for a 5A school. Wow. So my behaviors never were. I was never held accountable for my behaviors, and I'm not blaming anybody else for that. It's just, but I didn't get held accountable. I was a good student. I made grades, got a scholarship to play football at the University of Texas. But I think the one decision that I made is that I got into substance abuse at a young age. I had no idea that I was an addict. There's not a genetic test for this yet. Maybe there will be one day. But I was an addict, and once I put in those chemicals for the first time, I liked the way it felt. I liked the buzz I got from drinking. Then I wanted to try something different, and it wasn't until I got to college that I got into more hardcore drugs. I was playing football, and I got injured. I had a career-ending injury in 1996 against Texas A&M. I'm 20, man. I was a starting quarterback. You played sports, man. You know how big it is when your career ends prematurely. You're not ready for this.
It's your whole dream. It's your whole world.
It was my identity. That's the problem, man. I wrap my identity up into something external, and I see people all the time in the world. We see people that wrap their identities up into something external, their money, their job, whatever. That's not you, man. What's you is inside you. Yes. I didn't get that back then, though, Ed. I didn't get that. I didn't get the memo, right? So I got into hardcore drugs in 96, cocaine, ecstasy pills, graduated college, went off to work and worked in the United States Congress, worked for a guy running for president, worked on Wall Street. Ed, I was training to be a stockbroker in Dallas when I was introduced to meth for the first time. But now we're back to the one decision of substance abuse, man. Once I put the chemicals in at a young age, I liked the way it felt, and I chased that.
You also, if you don't mind saying it, we're going to go a little bit more personal, but I don't know if it was at the time or later, you sort of uncovered that there's probably a not very fair incident that happened to you when you were a young man as well, that you're maybe you're masking it a little bit, right?
Yeah, no. When I was 9, I was molested by a babysitter, female babysitter. And this is so, but I'm careful when I talk about it, I'm careful not to say that, hey, this is what happened to me and this is the road I went down because of that, because some people have very traumatic experiences with that. This was a female babysitter that we were doing things. I was 9 years old when this happened. No 9-year-old should be doing the stuff I was doing. But it didn't affect me in the sense, Ed, that it's like, oh my God, my world was turned upside down. I can't believe this happened to me. What happened to me with that is I got introduced to adult behaviors at a very young age. It's like someone lets you inside that big door, and once you got on the other side of that door at 9, which you're not supposed to be on the other side of that door at 9, there's all these other doors, but those doors aren't locked. Those doors are for adults.